Hello, it's Friday, November 22nd. It must be time for another legislative update from your North Carolina Medical Society. We're out of session, but it's been a big, for now, that's right. But it's been a big week.
A very busy week. So the most important news and the one thing we want to point out to you this week is Medicaid Transformation. So we've actually postponed Medicaid Transformation due to a number of factors. So I'm sure you're hearing in the news or maybe reading some articles about why. So we want to help you explain in this video a little bit why that is.
Yeah, so we want to go back to the beginning of the session. So we rolled into the session knowing that we were going to launch Medicaid Transformation in November. So this was January when we started. Knew that we needed a new budget allocation to make transformation because we need to pay for both fee-for-service as well as prepaid health plans. We would pay ahead on prepaid health plans. So we had to have kind of appropriation for both of those things.
So, of course, the budget did not move, did not pass, was overridden by the House. It passed the House and the Senate, and then the governor vetoed it. Moved through the House, but the Senate has not yet tried to take up the governor's veto. Right. And a part of that, of course, is the conversation around Medicaid expansion, and the governor and his administration really pushing for that, and the General Assembly not being so interested in specifically Medicaid expansion, but have been talking about the Health Care for Working Families bill, which is something that we've been talking about as well.
Right. So both sides are really kind of dug in on this, and that has really bled over into Medicaid transformation money. Both sides have said that the other is not doing what they've asked them to do. They've pointed each other or appointed advocates to go to each other and convince them to do different things, but has basically just led to a gigantic stalemate between the Republican-led legislature and the Democratic governor. So that has led up to this delay.
But also want to point out that they did pass a mini budget. So during the process of small budgets being passed on disaster relief and a number of other issues, Medicaid transformation was a part of that, but the governor vetoed that bill as well.
Right. So the legislature did what they thought was needed. The governor did what he thought was needed. Neither one of them have actually given us the progress that we needed on this to continue to take care of Medicaid patients, or at least to go down the road of what we were planning to take care of Medicaid patients through this transformation into managed care. So we are under a statutory continuing resolution. And for those of you watching the federal government, you know the continuing resolutions are kind of these stepping stones. They're not full budgets. They're just kind of these stepping stones. And so we're under that very same thing right now, because back in 2015 or 2016, the legislature put that in as a part of the budget that has carried forward every year since. So nothing stops. Just as the Secretary pointed out yesterday, we're going to continue to see Medicaid patients under the fee-for-service system. The problem is that it only carries forward the recurring money and not the non-recurring money, which is a big part of DHHS budget. So we still have a lot of questions about how do we really do that?
Right? With that amount.
Yeah, with just the recurring money and not the non-recurring funds. But the Secretary assures us that yes, we do. We carry forward. So we're trusting that for the moment, that we're going to continue to get paid. We think it's also important that as this continues to get worked out, Sue Ann mentioned that we're out for right now, coming back January 14th.
Right.
You still need to be getting ready, though.
Yeah. Still need to be making sure your contracts are up to date, that you're looking those over with you or your practice manager, making sure that you are ready to go when managed care goes live.
Yeah. I know that it's going to take some time to wind it down and wind it back up, as department officials have been saying, but this is one of those moments where we can take the chance to get ready better. I feel like we were kind of rushing there at the end to the last contracting deadline, towards the November deadline that got pushed, towards now the February deadline that's been pushed. So this has really given us more time to make sure that we're as ready as we possibly can be to make this transition as smooth as we possibly can, because we all have some nightmare stories about transitions in the past, right? So this is an opportunity.
So use that time to get prepared.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So also in the meantime, we are looking at candidates beginning to file.
Yes. So if you know somebody who is filing back home, who's your friend, colleague, we'd love to sit down with both of you, get to know you, meet you. So that filing period starts in early December and ends on December 20th.
That's right. And this will be candidate filing for the statewide offices as well as the legislative districts. Remember that we mentioned to you last week that the congressional districts are delayed because even though they've been passed by the General Assembly, they're being contested in the courts again. So we're not sure when the congressional elections are going to occur yet.
Right, but as a reminder, the state House and Senate maps are as they are, so those
That's right.
are moving
We're
right
moving
along.
forward. Yeah.
Right.
That's right. Next week is Thanksgiving, so don't expect a video from us. We hope that you are doing like us, sitting around a table and having a great meal with your family, and we are thankful for you. So thank you to all of you for helping us during this very long legislative session, for contributing to the PAC, and if you have, you'll be getting a call to say thanks. If you haven't, you'll probably be getting a call to say,
Give.
time to help. And we just hope you have a great weekend and a great Thanksgiving. We'll be back in December to give you more of an update about kind of the total session, what really happened there, and what we can look forward to after the new year. Have a great one.